Alright, hello everyone and welcome to actually it is named King of the Hill on all the sites, but it is Find the King first of all. So we're going to have three best of threes today to just emerge a king from the four teams that we have gathered up for today's stream. That later on will be the King of the Hill. Later on will face off against one of the two teams that will be chosen to play in the tournament. So basically, you always have to find a king in the very beginning of such a tournament, and it's great to see Team Infused right here once again. We've got the British teams showing up, as we've seen many British teams in the past few days in some matches out there, and also Team Atlantic. These guys are a bit new to me, but for instance, we've got Vestar out there from STFU Nerd, and that team definitely had a lot of potential. I don't really know what happened to the team. I mean, it probably fell apart and they're not playing anymore, so that's the logical answer, but I just had a lot of belief in them. They had a man that was like 15 years old and he was like wrecking people from no problem left and right, like from SK even. That is quite big, so definitely look forward to seeing them again. But we've just got Bessa right here from that lineup. There's still Winstars, Zerkan, Fedek, and AVM, as you can see on your screens. And now we are jumping into the pistol round. So that's going to be Team Infused versus Team Atlantic, and you can already see Spud saying good luck Vestar. So a lot of people know this guy, and he's also become a little bit more recognizable out there ever since SDFU Nerd. Since that team, I don't know, it just felt really charismatic to me, simply. So there we go. It's going to be Spuds, Peggy, Boaster, Reason, and Red Snake for Team Infused. I'll just see how it goes for them. For now, Team Atlantic beginning on the T side. They even molly down the boost spot themselves, which is quite interesting, but there's nobody out there on the counter boost circuit. It's going to receive a lot of damage from Spods in the middle in the beginning. Atlantic seem to be going for bomb side B. There's one man in the squeak still, so he can really surprise right afterwards. But they enter bomb side B and they just fail completely, as it's going to be Red Snake sweeping the floor with them. It's a triple kill very easily. Vedic is the last man standing, and he's the guy that was in the squeaky doors, and he instantly asked for a pause. And that's going to be Vedic finding Peggy, leaving him on 1 HP though, and he definitely will be very unhappy with the result. Should have been a kill. That way though. Team Infused know perfectly where he is. There's the HE even flying in, and he should have gone down to it, but just lose one single point of health. So he could have used that 1 point of damage to finish off Peggy surely, but anyway. Round is on, 25 seconds left on the clock. Might wind up to him even not getting the round income bonus, but at the end of the day knew somehow where Peggy was to get that one frag, to get that additional $300 before he finally falls. So for the force bite, you might have a Tech 9 alongside Kevlar and helmet. And maybe even a flashbang, whatever he decides to go for. Team Infused asking for one more second of a pause, and yeah, that is usually the issue. If you drop out of the server and you are not there when the round ends, you're not going to get the round loss or win income. So Vestar just with $800, but he actually completely hard resets, as he doesn't even have a death on his account. So seems like the server forgot his stats and everything. Quite awkward. That I have not seen happen. Oh yeah, there we go. Vetic with a Tech 9, Kevlar and helmet and flashbang. Seems like it's exactly what I said. Used for an on-pause, and that also is a thing. If you are playing a tournament and that tournament is using ebot does not read commands when it's written in caps lock, which is also quite a nonsense. Anyway, just a little bit of introduction maybe, because seems like we'll have a tiny bit of a break. My name is Nero Integrate, by the way, and I'll be your caster right here. If you are enjoying the commentary, you can find me on facebook.com/NeroIntegrate, twitter.com/NeroIntegrate. Also, we've got some giveaways going. Razor Goliath Speed Edition and Razor Death Adder. So that's some great stuff from Razor. Of course, people know that it is of good quality. So it's definitely good to take part in the giveaway. And the only thing you have to do is just follow the channel, follow the Facebook and Twitter of Game On. So it's nothing really hard. And it is on Twitter at It's Game On GG, and on Facebook I think it's slash It's Game On GG. So be too hard to find them. Yep, we are waiting for Vestar to come back into the server, probably with the money or not. We don't really have an answer from Anman, I believe, just yet. Oh, we've got Find the King right now. Actually, I think I can reveal it. If not, I'm extremely sorry to the organisers. But yeah, we've got the Find the King right now on Sunday. But the actual King of the Hills will be happening on Wednesdays. So it will be kind of a weekly tournament. And it's great because every single week you'll be able to see some good matches. Our next match, by the way, is going to be Enso versus Pipu or Paipu. I'll have to find out which way to pronounce that name. Till the match starts, so still got a little bit of time. But anyway, Infused versus Atlantic, throwing in some flashbangs, and Atlantic are entering bomb site A this time. They did not really work out. Here we go, Bosa with a headshot towards Windstone. Every single time, Atlantic just put one man on the other side. Try and fake it out a tiny bit, but it's just not working. I mean, first of all, 4 people and the bomb runs into bomb site A or B, and then another guy pops up on the other part of the map. So that definitely is not going to work out. And if it is supposed to just be a flank, then the guy flanking is just peeking way too early. One of the CTs is already under the fuse, so that's definitely a thing. Is not going to be too good for Atlantic, as they thought they might even be able to take this round, but the bomb just gets defused. They got so many kills, they got into a 2v1 situation, but they couldn't really lead it into anything else. So Infused definitely very happy with this round. Very unhappy kind of with all the men that they lost out there, but best thing to them is that they still took it. I was not so sure. And that way Team Atlantic will be playing with still a Tech Band, Kevlar and helmet, and even Mass even for their start. Additionally, there's B250, Glock, and a Deagle. AVM decided to buy up a Deagle. Is a tiny bit surprising, as it should be a pure eco normally. They're just losing a force buy, but they've also planted a bomb, so I guess it's alright. And an additional $700. Now, the fens get broken, but they don't get there. CT's in such a very good position. I mean, Boaster right now, he's getting a lot of info for the team. Also, might be getting some backstabs later on. The Red Snake is winning the fight against Zerk, and that's going to matter a lot. Winston also goes down. Betic, the one with the Tech 9, comes in to try and get the bomb planted as he got the kill, but that's still not going to work out. As then Peggy and instantly Boaster pops in from behind. So indeed, he did manage to wrap around and did manage to get only 1 kill, but that 1 kill was essential to not allow the enemies to get the bomb planted. In that way, AVM's down to an AK, Kevlar and helmet, and a couple grenades, and has $0 on his account. So if they still lose this round, once again an eco is about to happen for them. If they win, but AVM dies, it's also not going to be too good for him. He would even be missing a helmet and the Kevlar, possibly even the grenades, if nobody drops him. A weapon, of course. Would be cool if you could drop grenades. Actually, there was a bug where you could drop a Kevlar a little bit earlier on in the stages of Counter-Strike. Somebody stood close enough to you, because when you bought a Kevlar, it worked like that. You bought it so it could drop on the ground and you instantly picked it up. So when somebody was standing up close enough, he could pick up the Kevlar instead of you. But yeah, that of course got changed and not happening anymore. 3-0 in favour of Team Infused, and Atlantic have got the full bite with AKs all over the place. Oh, this time they stretched themselves out all over the map. There's 3 people in A, mate. One more man just joining them right now, and once again on bomb site B, there's Winstar with an instant headshot on Peggy. For reason. Also trying to do something out there, but just runs straight into Zerko, who's even peeking on the Trocky and conversation and spots. Vestar in a very unexpected spot to bait Boaster. It seems like quite a simple round to Team Atlantic. The one man that was flanking completely failed, which is once again proving my point for Team Atlantic that they're just doing it way too quick. They're taking bomb site A, the guy on B instantly peeks that right exact second the rest of the team walks in on bomb site A. It's not like it's gonna draw the attention of Team Infused back to that other site when they see 3 or 4 people running in, especially if they catch a glimpse of the bomb. But it also can be that, so, well, you're supposed to get into that exact timing when Infused start to rotate, so they have to focus on him for 1 more seconds, or if they don't, they just get killed. Red Snake deals a little bit of damage to his teammate. It's not like it's going to matter, since just 11 points of damage, but it is always his teammate without a Kevlar that is going to hurt. Tiny bit. No reason. Red Snake going for the 1-taps, but Betic is just patiently waiting and 1-tapping himself for the victory. But Bosa can pick up the AK himself, and he also might be going for the fight, or might just fall back and wait for the enemies to make a move. Vestar with a beautiful flashbang to obliterate Reason. Now only Boaster and Spots remain on the battlefield. Boaster definitely will transfer the info over to his teammate that he's got that AK and they have to protect it, because Vetic surely knows where it is and that Boaster has it, but Team Atlantic are not even thinking about coming up closer. Once the closest he is around the middle. So Spards down to very low HP and he'll get finished off by AVM, so now only Boaster, and he's trying to limp away as quickly as possible, but Winston gets in there just in time to stop the enemy from running away. Here we go, 3-2 in favour of Team Infused, but Atlantic bouncing back as quickly as possible, as you can see right here. Reason Spurs around the middle, they're shooting out with the deagles, I'm sorry. There's 5 deagles in the hands of Team Infused, and the squad this far seems to not really be working. But it's just the beginning though. Team Atlantic didn't even have too many chances of peeking at the enemies. So here we go. Finally, Atlantic pulling the trigger and going in, but they're not meeting anybody around the middle out there. Zerka that he instantly gets the headshot and spawns, and well, that's a tricky situation for Peggy, and he'll just have to go down without even doing anything. Maybe with a double, Vedic finds 1 more for himself, and that would just be the bomb planter and Red Snake all alone in the battlefield. And again, as I said, the Deeg squad just doesn't seem to be working right off the bat, so it's not going to be working even later. And number 6 is surely going the way of Team Atlantic, so they find the equalizer. AVM tracks the last remaining CT down to get that frag for himself. Zerker was down to 6 HP, but there was no risk of him going down whatsoever. Round number 7 begins, and it seems quite slow in the very beginning, but we've got a double AWP setup for Team Infused, so slow is good for them this time. Which team, of course, will be trying to pick somebody off before it finally goes down, but it's not even going to happen. Just Vestar cleans up the whole site all by himself. And he didn't even have to cover 2 different angles at the same time with the AK, because he threw in an incendiary that was so successful that he got the kill right off the bat without him doing anything else. So all he had to do was to clean out the left-hand side of that bomb site A as he entered. So 1 man behind the forklift and 1 man behind the truck. That's 4-on-2 in favour of Team Atlantic. Boast and Red State remaining on the battlefield. Bomb site B is taken and the bomb is planted right there, and the CT is just trying to save their weapons up. One of the AWPs is still out there, which is a very lucky thing for them, surely. Boaster is falling back because Red Snake is just waiting in a CT spawn. I don't think anybody will find him out there since they already spotted out Boaster and he got a kill, so they won't think there's anybody else in that area still. Or actually, Vestar is pushing in. I think you might have heard the scope now. The sounds with the scoping in and reloading and switching weapons and all that stuff, it's just so loud. After some update that might have been still very risky for Red Snake. Like, literally, you can hear somebody scoping in a fourth of the map away. Okay. Be pushing into bomb site A, but Red Snake was already waiting. This time, Red Snake is there to stop Vestar. That's the most important thing, as Vestar completely obliterated that bomb site A previously. So this time Red Snake decides to counteract, but still not really going to give them too much as Vestar picks off Reason. Now Vedic opens up bomb site A, and this is going to be bomb site B taking this round. Red Snake picks off Vestar still. He might be trying to get a little bit more damage done, but it is a 2v3 situation for the CTs. They might decide to save up once again, but well, 2v3 is not too bad. The bomb finally got planted and they have no defuse kits, so now it will be a reckless decision to go for the retake, as they didn't go for it right away. Waited around, but Peggy still decided to get up close. But another AWP gets picked up as Vesta went down. Dropped this one to the ground, so he will be quite happy to have it in spods. And when they went for the double AWP setup, so possibly he'll receive it when the round ends. Red Snake with a good shot on towards Winstat. Bomb is ticking down to finally go off in just a second, and there he is, Nile. A shot on Zedek still. By the way, Nile is Peggy. I mean, that's the nickname that he's usually been using, so might have decided to change the nickname, but anybody will recognize him under the nickname Peggy. And R is Reason. So, just to not get you confused about what I'm saying. Red Snake took a peek at bomb site B, pulled the trigger, but did miss the shot. And Vetic, who did get into the toxic room quickly enough, be able to find a little bit longer. Still a 5v5 situation out there on the battlefield. There we go, Zerka with a headshot towards Peggy. That's going to be Spods picking off Zerka though, and terrorists don't yet have a warrant that they will be able to take that bomb site A, especially as Winster goes down to Reason. Spuds pulls the trigger again and Vestar dies. Atlantic, they were up close to bomb site B, and only 1 man was remaining there at this stage, at the stage where they finally got the first kill. Only Zerkan went down, and already Team Infused started rotating, so that is a little bit of a waste for Team Atlantic. They didn't go in on B right off the bat. That's supposed to with another headshot, and will only be down to AVM, who's got the bomb on his back. But he's in the middle of nowhere with the enemies knowing where he is exactly. And he's going to get spotted out by Bosa, but Bosa allows his teammate to die before he takes the kill home. So it could have been a little bit less sloppy, but at the end of the day, Infused, they get another round, they will be happy with it. All Atlantic started building a little bit of advantage up for themselves, so the vital act for Team Infused right here is to stop it happening. By the way, Atlantic decided to pick KotH, so this is the Swedish team's map of choice. Next up is going to be Inferno, picked by Infused. We very rarely get to see Inferno. Infused are the ones to choose it, so quite surprised. Oh, very unlucky for Atlantic right now as AVM drops out of the game. There'll be a 4-on-5 right away. Maybe not in the beginning of the round because they've been lingering around for like 40 seconds already, but now the AVM right here is just going to get much worse since they tried to find some good positions, pick off somebody, then maybe decide to go in on one of the sites, but that way it gets a little bit more hectic, so they are walking into the crosshairs of the enemies and you can already see that double kill going the way of Infused. Even triple. Star and Winster remaining on the battlefield. An AWP and an AK, and well, they're still coming in. Their start will be running straight to the bomb site B, but Winster was behind the boxes of the checkers, and that the enemies might not be expecting, but they actually know about that. And it's going to be Bosa going for the direct fight against it. Nope. Got cut off by the flames. So Reason had to take care of that fight, but neither one of them goes down, so doesn't really make a difference. He's 5-5 in terms of rounds. 4-1-7 on Reason. He's holding one of the AWPs. And the other one's in the hands of Red Snake, if I'm not mistaken. That's right, in Spuds. Red Snake on 11-0-4, Spuds on 3-3-7. Red Snake definitely doing a lot for the team. And I mean, he's the, I think, most known name in the lineup of Team Infused. There was a lot of Red Snake hype. I mean, even before the UK scene HLTV jokes, when people saw Red Snake in the lineup, they were actually like, wow, there's Red Snake playing and it's going to be an interesting match instead of UK scene Kappa. So maybe there's still something of that left inside of him. There's Red Snake taking a beat, pulling the trigger, missing the shot though, but he's going to get the frag in second. And he finally cleans up the site, but that's still a 3-on-3 in Team Atlantic with not such a perfect approach. Peggy coming into the heaven. He's a molly thrown in by Vedic, but that's going to miss completely. And while it was a 3-on-2 still in favour of Team Infused, they might have retaken the site, but there's one man already joining the rest of the Team Atlantic through the fence. So not really. Winster's trying to wrap around from behind. Might be very interesting. AVM with an easy kill on Peggy. Vedic picks off Reason, and now Spuds is in the middle of nowhere as Winster is already coming in from behind. So that will be it. 6-5 in favour of Team Atlantic with Team Infused once again starting to lift themselves back up again, but still enough money for Atlantic for another 4 buy, so it's not like Infused will be doing much more out here if they lose another round. At least they got the equalizer for a second. Now they have to try to find a way once again. Yeah, the defense of the side was not too bad. It did not fail at all. They did let the enemies through, but they did get 2 kills, which usually was not the case for Team Infused when Atlantic decided to go in somewhere. As Reason with a headshot on towards Winster. That's definitely a good one. Star picks off Peggy at the same time, and got a 4-on-4 situation. Red Snake to pick up Vedic. That's great for the British team. AVM and bomb site A. Zerkin about to join him from A main. Best Star taking a peek from the highway, and that's a great headshot, but this time from the other side. And it will be the end of the day. Atlantic failing on bomb site B, then taking bomb site A without a problem. And in the middle aiming through the highway towards the site, but he doesn't know if SRA is, and Red Snake doesn't even realize. Finally, gets the info from his team into this one connector. Will pick him off, but still 1v2 situation is not going to be too easy for him, and there's the AWP just waiting. AVM gets into position the exact second he needed to be there. That one's up to 7-5 in favour of Team Atlantic. The first half beginning to look quite favourable for them. That's definitely real good. Definitely what they need on their own map of choice. Zerkin and AVM, they throw in the EGs, and that's going to be Peggy going down to them. But of course, without a KotH, you receive a lot more damage from an HE. And also the timing was perfect for Team Atlantic, or just very sloppy for Team Infused. I mean, you should expect the grenades to go in right there if anybody is supposed to approach that bomb site. Both are in the checkers. I think that they might have seen the flashbang thrown in by the enemy. They're going for the bomb plant. Both are all alone. 1v5. No KotH with a 5-7 with no grenades. What good can still happen to him? That's the big question. AVM turning his back towards him definitely might be a good thing. Boaster is trying to wrap around as quickly as possible, trying to look for the headshots, and he's got to pull the trigger because AVM at some point he's finally going to look the way of that sight again. Come on. That's common sense. 0.5 in favour of Team Atlantic. Oh, AWP in the hands of spots the rest of the team. M4 A1S is infused. Finally, after an eco, they will have another full buy, but that might be one of the last since the half is coming to an end. Let's start. A headshot on spots. Vedic with a frag on Red Snake, and going to look quite nice for Team Atlantic. We've got Boaster, Peggy, and Reason remaining on the battlefield. In a 3v5, they shouldn't really be able to hold the enemies off many of the sites. 2 men on bomb site A, and seems like 3 out of the terrorists will be trying to approach that angle. Winster falls back alongside with the bomb, and only AVM is left out there. A Reason on the one side, cut off by a molly, on the other by a smoke, but does not receive a single point of damage still. There's Vedic. Put a couple bullets through Boaster and bomb site A. There's no more point in being defended anyway. Peggy is the last man standing. 1v4. Was no chance for them to retake the bomb site B. But still, Reason decided to go towards that site to try and find some kills, and that just played out with death to him. That'll be Peggy with a good headshot on Best, or at least something's done. At least some money is going the way of Infused, but it's just $600, and if they lose that last one weapon, it's going to be a catastrophe for them, and they just don't have a lot of money. Spods with $50 on his account, Boaster with 0, 100 on Red Snake. The bomb goes off. Peggy seems like he will survive at the end of the day, but the rest of the team just doesn't have a lot of money. Simple as that. Reason buys up Kevlar and helmets, and it winds up to him having less than 2,250, so he won't be able to buy it. But for Mass alongside with it, it's just a 5-7 added into the mix, and 2 pistols, 3 rifles. They couldn't win with 3 AWPs, so I'm not expecting anything better from British team this round, number 15, the last round of the first half. There's Ping going down to Zerkin. We've got Zerkin down to 5 or 9 HP, I'm sorry. But he's still in a 1-tap range of any weapon. Range of damage, of course. Him and the squeaky doors. Doesn't even have to be careful at this stage anyway. Team Infused is so massively in the back that they shouldn't be able to take this round in any possible known way, for me at least. Red Snake. Find boxes on bomb site B. Trying to wait the enemies out as long as possible. Spots will get hit, but somehow does not go down. I think that shot was packed through the wall first. Then, well, he is behind quad, but Spots just feeds straight into ABM, who's got the squeaky doors already open. As Reason with one frag and finds another even burning circuit down as Peggy did deal a little bit more damage a little bit earlier, so the enemy stepping on the flames. Just not the best ideas. 2v3. Well, around as good as any for Team Infused at this stage, basically. But after all, there is at least a tiny bit of a chance of taking this one home. There we go. Boaster enters the side, goes down to Vestar right away. Red Snake did push in quite deep, but seems like still AVM was somehow expecting him. Maybe Vestar heard the enemy, maybe Vedic heard the enemy or something. They've given the info over to their teammate. But anyway, 10-5 in favour of Atlantic after the first half, and seems very solid from them, basically. There was no explosive moves out here, very spectacular rounds, but consistent play all over the place, and that leads them to twice as many rounds as Infused have. Countdown towards the second pistol he's on. I'll have 14-0-9 on Red Snake, so he's the only one who's got positive statistics in the British team. On the other side, as I said, very consistently, Team Atlantic have led themselves to round victories, and they're quite evened out in terms of the frags. Vestar's got the most, Winster's got the least, but 12, 12, 10, 15, it's quite close between each other, only Winster falling slightly behind. While on Team Infused, as I already mentioned, the only positive stats on one-man Red Snake. The rest of the team heavily underwhelming. PhD thrown in by AVM, and not like it's going to do a lot of damage. And the terrorists are entering bomb site A, so there's nobody out there, only AVM. A little bit far away. You cannot even find a single kill, and they can even get the main plant without being disturbed. That is a big thing for Team Infused, and if they still lose this pistol round, well, they definitely don't deserve to take this map home. This is just a perfect environment for them. Perfect scenario. Boaster and Reason with some great frags. Vestar though jumps in with a shot to shot Boaster down. Now there's two men in A main, and there's Vestar and AVM with some more shots. Spots now is the last man standing, and he cannot take the round at this stage. And it's Atlantic with a great retake, but Vestar was allowed to stay alive just for way too long. It's 11-5. That's the weapons up against pistols again. Just winds up to nothing good for the British team. There's Vetic with MP9. AVM playing with a FAMAS, 2 UMP45s additionally, and Vestar with P90. There's AVM being spotted out right away, and well, one Tech 9 picked up by the terrorists, one man less for the CTs. Boaster with an instant Tech 9 headshot. Definitely should be quite happy with it. Instead, peeks in, pulls the trigger with a UMP45 that very quickly runs out of bullets. But didn't even have a chance of hitting any one of the enemies. Vestar coming in from behind with the P90, that will be essential. And just to get something done, then definitely the rest of the team might have an easier shot at this bomb site B still. Reason there with a great fragger towards Winster. Winster, as I said, he's the bottom fragger for Team Atlantic, and you can clearly see that he's slightly weaker than the rest. And Vestar all alone just decides to save up the P90, and wow, definitely I did not expect a thing like that. Infused taking the force by round home. Atlantic already said that these just took so many rounds in the first half with pure consistency, but that is this round. It's just an image of inconsistency. Vestar down to 14 HP, will not survive until the very end of the round. Red Snake picks him off with the MP9. The last moment. 11-6 in favour of the CTs. But one round going the way of Team Infused might be another, and then they might bounce back into the game. I mean, just winning the pistol would have brought them back to 2 rounds range. 2 rounds away from Team Atlantic. Now it's still 5, but might be less in a while. If they don't fail miserably. Got one man defending bomb side B, and that's Winster. And 4 teams just getting through, and they've dropped into smoke. So Winster cannot do anything, but he did get the nice chunk of damage on him towards Peggy. The bomb is planted, AVM's down to 15 HP, and he'll have to fall back. The Boaster's down to 38, Peggy's down to 7, might be quite favourable for Team Atlantic. They're coming in, there's Spuds down to 29. The retake with just this, so it might actually happen. The Red Snake pulling the trigger for a couple of seconds and delivering a little bit of damage towards the CTs, and felt the CTs are not the only ones to deal the damage, and Reason will get the frag at AVM. That was 100% sure. Now the rest of Team Atlantic falling back towards the squeaky doors. Nearly all of them out there. Only one man in the main entrance towards A, and that will be Atlantic on probably a full save. Can AVM not die? Terrorists will not find them. Atlantic though, really good damage drawn out, but they didn't really know about that. They didn't really see the shots that they hit through the smoke. It winds up to 11-7. And another round with just pistols for Team Atlantic, but not with just pistols without anything. It's not a pure eco, it is still a force buy because they saved up so many. There we go, bomb site A once again for the terrorist scene. Peggy with a headshot on Vestar, and once again they get the main plant without even being disturbed. That's all Winster picked up a FAMAS for himself. Zerkin with a deagle. Oh, there's Zerkin having an opportunity of finding a kill, and he gets the headshot on a Reason. I might pick up a weapon that the enemy had. There we go, good HE. From Peggy and onto Peggy, so at the end of the day it's going to be Team Infused still coming out on top, and Peggy with a double kill to close it all out. He did not even require any support from his teammate from A main, but another man was still prepared to just stop the enemies. I think got a little bit too far. So 11-8, 3 rounds difference indeed, and finally a full bar for Team Atlantic. Could have been a little bit better for Team Infused had they won the pistol round from the start, but doesn't matter. They're still looking quite good, and they're boosting themselves up in the middle. 2 of them popping up right there, one in A main and one coming in from the middle. Regular entrance, lower entrance. Let's take you with a double kill this far, and Zerkin and AVM already down on the ground, which Team Atlantic definitely won't be happy about. Once again, the one man disadvantage. Vestar, I think he already got spotted out by Red Snake out there, and he jumps down to try and surprise the enemy still, but it's not really going to happen anyway. As Infused already have a little bit too much info. Four on 3. Vestar, Winster, and Vedic on the battlefield. Vedic receives tiny bit of damage compared to what he's done to Reason, but Reason still comes out on top of that fight, which is unbelievable. And to 9 HP, takes a peek and still picks the enemy off. Was nearly 100%. Not receiving a single point of damage. There's finally Vestar stepping in, and he's also done a little bit of collateral damage on towards Red Snake, who's now down to 8. Might be looking for even more, and I think he got spotted out there in the checkers, but Vestar already stopped paying attention to that angle, unfortunately for himself. It could have been back to a 1-on-1 situation even. Vestar picks up an AK for himself. Knows when he is, pulls the trigger instantly and deep, and now Peggy is aware of what's going on. Knows what he should and shouldn't do. Definitely shouldn't peek, because the bomb is already ticking down, and if he doesn't peek, if Vestar does not get that kill, there's going to be no possibility for Vestar to retake the site and win the round. So there it is, 11-9, Team Infused winning the first full bar round here too. Going to look real nice for them. And we might be starting a little bit early today. Thank you very much to all of you that's tuned in to Find the King tournament. The game on Find the King. Odds into first frag. There's no question about him getting that one, and he gets even a triple kill overall, getting into that site. Peeks left, peeks right. Peeks left again to get all the frags that walk straight into his hands. Red Snake with a finisher on Vestar. The bomb got planted in the meantime, so Infused squeezing every tiny bit of money out of this round. Every single $300. Now a double up setup from Team Atlantic. Now it is Team Atlantic on the back foot as Infused in dire situations where they face off against Atlantic on their CT side. When it didn't work out so many times in a row, they went for a triple up setup. Then for a double up setup every now and then, and now it's a double up setup for Team Atlantic, and we'll see how that goes. Zerkin takes a peek from inside the site, revealing himself to the enemies, and Winster is still going to find another kill. I have no idea why Peggy has given that one away to him. Once again, the A main plan seems just too easy for Infused to get these, but they're not getting into A main, and that is what might surprise Team Atlantic. Raising KotH with finding the perfect angle for himself, and that will be another great kill for Winster, who gets even triple kill this round with the AWP. Maybe that's what he needed. He was at the bottom of the standings for the entirety of the matchup this far, and maybe he just needed an AWP to bounce back into the mix again. That's Team Atlantic finally winning a round indeed. Their second full buy of the second half. First up shot fired. It's going to miss. Vestar doesn't get anything done out there. Or actually, no, that was not Vestar. They switch positions up. Previously, Winster on bomb site A. This time, Vestar on bomb site A behind quad. And Winster took a peek on bomb site B. It'll be the first kill going the way of Peggy. And it's not the end yet. It's not over yet for Team Atlantic. Infused might still be their nightmare as there's another full buy for the British team. But if the British team loses now, it is once again Atlantic going to be taking the momentum over. And it should be quite easy for them to close out the map from that stage on, as would already be 13-10. And then probably an eco from Team Infused, so 14-10. But yeah, Infused already on the double digits. There's just 2 rounds away, so they'll go both ways just as well. There's Winster on that bomb side B indeed. Medic pushes in through the smoke, which surprises the enemies immensely. They definitely did not expect that to happen. At the end of the day, though, a distraction, it already kind of distracts Team Atlantic, so Winster did not manage to get anything done from inside the site. Vestar got 1 kill on bomb site A, but now he's got to do something on bomb site B, as the bomb's already planted and Zerkin is coming up close. You might have an idea of where Boaster is, but decides to fall back as he doesn't spot the enemy in the first 5 seconds. It's just not worth it to go for the retake any further. Vestar in a 1v2. The T's already fallen back from the site. They're not going the way of Vestar. They're not trying to give any more kills to the CTs. Round is coming to an end. Will be 12-11. A lot more taken by Infused. There's Vestar also going down, and the AWP might also get picked up. Nope, not really. There's no time in this server after the round ends. Really seems that the rounds are ending a little bit earlier than on any other. Atlantic pushing up in the middle. All pistols. 2 HEs, no Kevlars. We'll see how that goes. Spods with the first frag on AVM. And Neely's going to find a kill and win Vestar. No, Vestar with answers. Back to 3-on-3. The weapons might get picked up by the CTs. Red Snake instantly takes care of the bomb as he knows what's going on. You shouldn't give that opportunity for the CTs. Vestar with another one counter boosted in the middle. Red Snake is finally going to finish him off with the 80, but that's way too much. A triple kill. Just a P250 on a pure eco for Team Atlantic. Well played, Vestar. We've now got AVM out there with a 5-7. Same kind of spot as his teammate just a while ago. There's Peggy with one headshot through the doors, but Investor takes a peek, opening them up properly first of all. He gets a return kill, AVM with a quick dink. That might also mean a lot. Reason kills his own teammate Spuds, but then right afterwards gets the kill on an AVM, so I guess that's okay. Most important thing is to not let the weapons get picked up by the CTs. So only Vedic remains at the battlefield with a deagle in his hands, so the T's finally taking the advantage home. They're slowing everything down a little bit and finding the kills. Here we are. Winstar and Vestar with AWPs. They're down to 30 from the start of Team Infused. Actually, they have a 1 round advantage and they might be going for the map victory out here, and that would mean a lot. This is the enemy's map of choice. That's going to be Boaster throwing in the flashback. Running in instantly. He's not really playing around. That's just meaning business here. Gets the headshot on Zerkan instantly, and they're pushing in even further. Vestar right around the corner, and Vestar is patiently waiting. This guy has got the most to say out of Team Atlantic. And I mentioned that many times when he played in the past. I mean, just his nickname really suits him. Called himself Vestar, but then found a little bit of variation and calls himself Vestrong. That definitely fits. He indeed is quite strong, and he's always capable of doing something real impressive for the team. Red Snake picks up Vedic at the same time. AVM's going to go down. 1 man advantage taken by Team Infused. They're facing off against AWPs. If they don't make any reckless moves, then definitely they have what it takes to take this round home. Winston taking a peek from the lower entrance towards bomb site B, and Vestar is in the heaven. Red Snake taking a peek right after he had the trigger being pulled, so Vestar could not pull it again. As Red Snake took a peek right there, as Vestar finally spotted the enemy out. That's still going to wind up to 14-12 in favour of Team Infused. Winston though waiting for an exit kill, and he's going to get one on Reason. They're falling back further towards bomb site A, and they should be able to survive. Pods is getting up close. Will he find anybody out there? Vestar is already waiting with the AWP. That's way too easy of a kill to take with an AWP, and Red Snake, the one and only man to survive on Infused side, but it's not like they care about the money. Just take a look at their bank accounts. 13,000 for one of the players, as I say, he was entering to that round. Number 27, it was Reason. Red Snake had 10,000. Now what they've got left is 10k for Red Snake, 9k for Reason, 3,000 for Peggy. The rest of the team, not a lot, but surely Reason will have a lot of money to drop them an AK or two further on as they continue to play that map with a tiny bit of an advantage. Still, the double up setup is available for Team Atlantic as they saved up both. And they bought up a couple M4s, and it's still not looking too bad. Vedic! Oh, he got against the vents, and he will lose a little bit of unnecessary HP. Goes down to 63 HP. Oh, there's second. Quite a cheeky spot, but he's still going to go down, actually, without doing anything vital The outcome of the round, Red Snake will take a peek. I felt quite confident they can beat that thing, but that did not actually happen. Winster waiting with an AW babe. There's Reason with great headshots all over the place. Vestar coming in. Bomb gets picked up by Reason though, and he's rotating towards bomb site. Definitely what he wants to do. He will actually do it without Vestar realizing just yet. Vestar takes a peek into the site, and it's just waiting for the enemy to make the cross. 25 seconds left on the clock, and there's no reason for Vestar to make a move from here. The enemy could just as well be still here, but it's not the case, and bomb site is taken. The bomb is planted right there. Vestar has to start the rotation. Pick up a defuse kit for himself. Pushing in from the middle area, from through the highway. Takes a peek everywhere because, well, the enemy can be anywhere. Now, will Reason know where Vestar is coming from? Well, should. As you should hear the enemy. Vestar jumps in, still does not spot Reason out. Goes for fake defuse, and Reason will take a peek from inside the site, so that's going to catch Vestar off guard completely. But, yeah, there we go. Get shots taken, another round he's on. I thought that Reason actually is not going to take a peek when KotH was so close to defusing the bomb. So it was quite risky at the end of the day. Medic is going to find the entry frag on a Red Snake, because Red Snake did not actually pay attention to that smoke thrown in a little bit earlier. Winster to go down to Reason. That's just looking way too easy for Infused at this stage. Vestar down to just as easy as he lost the AWP at the end of the previous round. AVM with a return kill and back to a 3-on-3, so still not the end of the world, but it seems like Infused will have what it takes to just close out this map with a 3 rounds advantage. There we go, Zerkin. Taking a peek here and there, does not get to spot anybody out just yet, and they already lost one man on the way to this site, and was Vestar going down. So the least important man at this stage, since he was just playing with a CZ. Of course, he's very important as he's one of the strongest players in the lineup of Atlantic, but won't matter at that exact moment. And AVM just trying to break through, and he's going to get a better position than Zerkin definitely, but Zerkin still cannot go towards the bomb, as Spods is just keeping them at bay right there with the AWP to get a double kill very easily for himself. And that is quite a good map for Team Infused, surely. And this is the enemy's map of choice, so they should be very happy with the outcome.